Here's the deal. I recently posted a video about BC Rich, and I had the Legacy B guitar. I was pretty excited about it. I did mention the issues to a degree inside the video, but after I made the video, more issues became apparent. And that's what this video is. We're just going to talk about it. I don't want to put videos up about things and be incorrect, make you guys think something's better than it is, because otherwise I'm just being a fool for doing that and being kind of an asshole, making you guys think something's better than it is. So in that BC Rich video, I did talk about the setups, how I was able to get it right. I got it fairly good. They ship with 9-gauge strings. The guitar is Gibson scale, so 24 3/4. 9-gauge strings are pretty loose and floppy for that scale length, in my opinion. Should at least have 10s on it for tension purposes. So, like I said in the video, when I got the guitar, got it out of the box, went to go strum on it, and all the notes were dead. They were laying on the fretboard. It was like there was no setup whatsoever. I contacted the store I got it from, Red Blanket Guitars. The owner of Red Blanket Guitars did tell me that he was on vacation. His helper was supposed to set it up, and his helper didn't, so that's kind of where we are with that. I tweaked the truss rod. I got it set up for E standard. Then I was like, well, let's go to E flat because that's what I want this guitar to be in. I got 11s to put on it. Naturally, going from 9 to 11s is a huge difference, right? So I put those on there. Maybe not a huge difference. It's a difference. All right, you have to reset up. Tweak the truss rod again. Couldn't raise the action quite where I needed to because the guitar didn't come with the wrench. It's a wraparound tailpiece, but the bolt on top is a locking cap stud thing, whatever you want to call it. It doesn't actually raise the bridge. You need a flat wrench to go under the bridge to raise it up. And to do that, by the way, in case you're wondering, you need to loosen the locking cap or it's not really going to do anything. It's going to be too much tension and you're just going to fuck up your studs. So I couldn't do that. I kept fucking with the relief, getting it where it needed to be. Checked the action, string height rather, and it was pretty close to where it needed to be, I thought, with the method I was using. I was using a Dunlop string gauge height thing. I ended up buying a straight edge for the neck. I bought some tools from Music Nomad, so I was like, I'm gonna set this thing up right. I ordered the wrench, so we're looking at $120, $130 on top of the cost of the guitar to go set it up because it wasn't set up to start with. I asked BC Rich about that. They said their guitars leave the warehouse set up. Now, the problem with that is my buddy bought an Ironbird. His was also not set up. So they can say that, but I don't know if it's true. And I can't verify it's not, I can't verify it is, but it seems kind of weird that people are having this kind of issues with the guitar that are supposed to be set up. There are rumors that BC Rich tells the stores to set them up when they get there. I did post in a BC Rich group that the action sucked. Bill Xavier private messaged me and asked me what store. I guess so he could go to that store and be like, why is the guitar not set up? That kind of lends credibility to the idea that the stores are supposed to be setting it up and BC Rich is actually not doing it. Again, I can't prove that. So let's move this story along because it's going to be a long video if I don't. I take it to my local shop because I'm like, dude, like I've had this thing for 8 days. The reverb policy is 7 days on returns. I have been talking about the store since day one, so maybe I can still get it honored. I go to the store. My local luthier, who's supposed to be like a master luthier, he's on vacation. He's the guy that normally does my setups. His apprentice is there. So the fact that it's apprentice makes you wonder, like, okay, does the guy know what he's talking about? Does he not know what he's talking about? He looks at it and he's like, hey, your relief's right where I would have it. Your string height is where I would have it. It's set up exactly how I would have it. So let me just grab a fret rocker. Because I don't have a fret rocker because I'm an idiot. I buy guitars, probably 20 different guitars a year or more because I keep swapping guitars. I don't even have a fret rocker. It's fucking dumb. He gets his fret rocker, puts it on the guitar, starts counting, gets to 9, and he's like, well, man, you got at least 9 frets that are high. And that's going to run $100. And then we got to do setup again after that, so that's another $100. It's going to cost you $200 to get set up. Here's the thing. Here's the kicker with all this, right? I had emailed BC Rich prior to this to see if they would send me a wrench. They said they would. It has not shown up yet. The one I ordered from Tone Pros, the same day BC Rich said they would send me one, it showed up. So I would imagine the BC Rich one would be here in the next day or two if it actually shows up. This is why I say that, because after dude tells me there's 9 high frets, I email BC Rich and I'm like, look, I might be past the time period to be able to return this guitar. What is your warranty like on new merchandise? Because this is a new guitar, 9 high frets, it's ridiculous. What do you guys do for guitars like this? And it's been crickets ever since. I think we're on day 2 of that now, so I can't really say they're ignoring me, but when I was talking to him about the wrench, it was instant, like that. Ask him about warranty information, radio silence. So I kind of wanted to wait a couple more days to film this video, but I did want to just go ahead and do it now. If they end up contacting me, I'll put a little note on the screen that you guys know, hey, they did finally contact me. So back to the guitar I had. I contacted the store, said, hey man, I want to do a return. He was cool about it. He was like, all right, yeah, cool. Sets up the return. But then I got to thinking, I was like, man, I really did like the way the neck felt. I liked the shape. I liked the sound of the pickups. It was just high frets that I don't like. So I was like, hey, how about instead of giving me a refund, I send you this guitar back. Let me pick another one out of your inventory, because they have like, I think 6 of the bitches. I'm sorry, Legacy Bs. 6 of the Legacy Bs. They have 2 walnuts, an ultraviolet, a black white. I messed up and said I wanted the walnut. I kind of should have said ultraviolet. I asked him if we could swap to that because he hasn't set up the walnut yet. He's supposed to start working on that tomorrow. Now, think about what I just said. He said that tomorrow he's going to set up the walnut Legacy B. So, if these guitars were being shipped set up, why is he setting it up tomorrow? Even though BC Rich says their guitars are set up in the warehouse. So all of this is hearsay, is rumors. I can't prove any of this, but it seems very plausible that what I think is happening is happening. So that's where we're at with the BC Rich. If you're going to buy one of these modern BC Rich guitars, they look great, feel great, but go into it knowing that you're going to have to do a setup. And the guitar was $14.99. No gig bag. No hard shell case. Now you can get a gig bag. The gig bag is like $90 to $100. And if you want to get a hard shell case, now you're looking at $300 for a case. So your $14.99 guitar, if you don't know how to set it up, is going to now cost you $15.99. Because your local shop's probably going to charge you $100 for a setup. You're at $15.99. Then you got to add $300 on top of that if you want to buy the hard shell case, and they won't even ship it to you in the hard shell case. They'll ship them separately. So what's that? 15? You're at $18.99, and this is all before tax. So to get it set up and to get the case, you're looking at $2,000. And the only reason I say that is there are a lot of guitars in the $2,000 price range that will give you a case and that will be set up from the factory. Now, should I have let the return just be a return and not do a swap? Probably. I probably should have. We don't know yet because I haven't got the guitar in. I'm going to do a follow-up when that guitar comes in, because if it still has high frets, just like the other one, and the setup is garbage, I'm going to ask the guy what the setup was like before he started. That's going to be 3 this year. Well, 3 in the past 4 months that I know of that were horrible. As far I will say the Ironbird, after the dude got it set up, he says it plays great. There is still a high fret on his, so his does have a high fret as well. He said some of the paint hadn't even fully dried yet, or something about when the guy was setting it up, some of the paint wore off because it wasn't even fully finished yet. Go ask him. That's not me. I don't know. Go find out. This whole long rant, I'm sorry I made this so long, but I really wanted to get the information from start to now out there for anybody that's considering buying one of these BC Riches. Plus, this is a video I can go back to and watch after I get my next bitch, Legacy B. After I get my next Legacy B, and it sucks. I can go back and watch this video and be like, dude, you knew the first time, why'd you do it? So, anyway, like, subscribe, leave a comment down below, and I'm pretty sure I will probably get a lot of hate mail in the comments, a lot of thumbs down, because on the BC Rich groups, people seem to really defend BC Rich to no end. Yeah. See you guys in the next one.